Hello everybody, Bill Thornton, SoCalsabre here, and today we will be doing the demo that I said I would do of Maracaibo, a game by Alexander Pfister. And I want to get down to the board and show you a little bit here. Let me get rid of this box here. Okay, around the outside of the board is a victory track that runs all the way, or VP tracking that runs all the way around there. Now on the inside, we're going to have two. I'm set up for two players, a yellow and a blue. I'll show you their boards over here in a second. These are ships. Little maple ships. And they will be sailing around the Caribbean, following the arrows. They will be stopping at cities, the big circle, or villages, the little circle. And they'll be picking up things and doing stuff. And I should be able to show you some of the stuff. I'm not playing, this is not a tutorial or a full playthrough. This is just set up for a two-player game. Hopefully, maybe if it doesn't run too long, I'll get you through one turn. Okay, and they'll be going around, and then I'll explain these things as we get to them. Each player is set up over here on the left. Okay, and this is their player boards. They each start with one. This is their war status, and so all these piles of 2 on here. This means as we're going along and making decisions, if these 2 removed, I would immediately get $5 right there. Okay, so this is almost like Great Western Trails when we were moving things off of their boards to increase our things. You can get more VPs and everything. Each player starting with a hand of 4 with 1 project up on top. The blue pairs up on top. I'll move it if we need to look at the blue pairs in there. The yellow player will be first. He starts with 8 doubloons. The second player gets 9 doubloons to start, and we'll be getting underway here in just a second. Okay, so the yellow player is getting ready to move his ship here. Now, when he moves the ship, he can move 1 to 7 spaces. And the number of spaces that he results in what he's doing. So I'm going to start off going a little bit low right here. We're going to move over here just 1 space to Santiago. Now in Santiago here is listed, I think that's what's called as wheat. So it's a delivery. So I'm going to look at my hand here. You can see the card on the right has the wheat symbol on it. Okay, so I'm going to discard this to make a delivery. Now how do I make a delivery? I'm going to put this in the discard pile. How to make a delivery. Okay, I'm going to go down here to my board. Get a little closer. And pick up one of those brown things that I was talking about. He wants to go for the $5 one. So he's going to take one of these off of here and he's going to put it on there. That means that all 4 players could stop there and make that delivery. Now, going back, you see there's a couple other things, symbols on here. This is the symbol to take a meeple out of the general supply. I have the general supply over here. So he's going to get to take one more worker meeple and put it on his chart here. These meeples come available over here when you accomplish these career cards. Okay? Don't know if we'll be getting to them today or not, but I want to show you the basis of getting. Then the other thing is I'm going to get to take a village action. Because it says I can. Okay? So I only moved 1 space. So on my chart, I got a little chart down here that shows here. If I moved 1 space, I get 1 village action. 4 or more, 2 village actions. 7 or more, 3 village actions. And what can I do? I can buy a card, which means I can pay for this card. Or one of the cards in my hand to lay down it's called building's probably a better word for it. I heard another player call it building. Over here on the right, there's 4 cards laid out that I could buy one of those if I wanted to also. But I don't think so. I think right off the bat, I want to take the other option is to get $1. Somebody add one more dollar to my thing. And the last thing I'm going to do is draw my hand back up. Since I did the delivery, I'm down to 3. So now I can take one off of this deck here, or one of these 4 cards. But taking one of these 4 cards cost me $1. So I think for this time here, we're just going to go with taking one of the free ones. And that's the yellow player's turn. Okay. So now we're going to be going over to the blue player. You know, and the blue player is going to be moving. He says, I want to give some of this extra meeple stuff too. So he's just going to move 1. You have to forgive me for being a little bit slow this time. And the blue player's got the proper card right here. He's going to discard it to make a delivery. And I don't know how well we're going to be able to see the blue player up there. Can't do a lot more with the equipment I got. Maybe I'll buy some new equipment. How would that be? All right, so he's going to make a delivery, but what does he want to do for a delivery? I think he wants him to do the same thing. He's going to go his hand, go here. If he removes both of these, he increases his hand size from 4 to 6. He thinks that might become a beneficial thing to do. So he's going back over to the board. And he puts it on the delivery. Then out of the general supply, blue's going to get another meeple. And they're also going to take that action of getting another $1 for now. Get their hand size back up. They're going to take a free card also. So, there we go. There's 2 players' turns are over. And I haven't made a mistake yet. I'll go figure on that. All right, well, we're going to be going to the yellow player. So let's see, yellow's got a lot of corn, and I forget what they call that right now, wool or something like that. She's got 3 corns and 1 wool. So yellow says, I think I want to go 1, 2, 3. And deliver that corn. So he's going to pick out which one of these cards he wants to pick out. He's going to deliver the corn with this one, I guess. This one here, he's delivering the corn. And he's taking it off of that one he already took off of. So that is $5, or 5 doubloons he gets right away for that one. Okay, so he's starting to build up his bank here somewhat. Okay, now we got some stuff here, okay? And I'll explain that to you here in just a second. Yeah, the first thing I wanted to explain is see how it covered. There's no more. Nobody else can deliver there for this round because of this comes. Now what this is this means that yellow is going to get 1 more combat. I said each one of them had 1. So on his board, he's going to move his combat from 1 to 2. Then he's going to get 1 influence from the country of his choice. Up here in the top are 3 countries. I believe it's France, Spain, and England in that order. I hope I got it right. And then I'm the yellow. So to gain influence, this is pretty simple. I think we're going to go with England for the start off. So we're going to move the yellow guy up to the first one and influence with England. Being on this track here counts a lot of victory points at the end of the game. So it's always nice. So now yellow is got to draw up again. So he's going to take a free card again. He's collecting the money. He don't want to spend any money yet. Okay, blue. So what blue's got going here? He's got that a lot of these ones here. You don't know if so he's going to go down here and He wants that card. All right, he's going to go down here and make this delivery right here to of one. I better look that up so I have to keep guessing what the heck it is. All right, he's making the delivery. It goes into the discard pile. Now he's removing the second one off of that one he was working on, which is going to increase his hand size to 6. Could be a big bonus in the ball game. And he puts the delivery, and you see the deliveries are there. Now, I believe, I'm going to look it up, it's going to say that his combat power is going to go up by 3. Yes, he is going to get 3 combat points, so the blue's moving his combat marker from the 1 space that he started at up to 4. We'll get the combat, this will make a little bit more sense to you once we get there. Or victory. So now, he's done. He's going to check in his money over here. Right now he's got 10, okay. So he don't want to pay yet. He's only got 3 cards now, but he just increased his hand size to 6. So now he's going to take 3 free cards off the top of that pile over there. Okay. And we are back to yellow. But these are on here. These were preset on here. These are just it happens when you do combat where you put these out down into the spaces. So yellow's going to go. One, 2, 3, 4, and stop right there and come on. So I did 4. All right, now you can't do done. There's no symbols or anything there. So now he gets to do 2. And what do you call it? The village actions. So he moves 4, so he's going to get 2 of them. So he's going to look at buying a card from his hand or from the project. This is. Let's go back over to show you that stuff again. Okay, this is the projects in works. Okay, and these, so he can, when we say build or buy, you're planning to either make that an active card, or you want to pay or make an active card. And this is 15's pretty high, so. I think we're going to build this one because it gives us a permanent thing. So we're going to pay $7 to the kitty, and we're going to build it. We'll put the built ones down here. This immediately gives me an increase when we get to exploring, a +1 every time. That's a nice card. Okay, and then for the other thing we're going to do is we're going to get one of the dollars back by taking $1 for it. All right, the other thing you could do, I could have discarded my whole hand and got $2 for it and then draw back up to 4, but I think I want to keep these here. So he's going to take 1 free one. Get Mr. Yellow here. Okay, that's his hand. Okay, so blue's turn. What's blue gonna do this time? And blue's gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and stop here and make a delivery of, and I didn't look that up, so let's look it up right now since I can't keep remembering it. Okay, so I couldn't find it, so we're gonna make a delivery of whatever that thing is right there. Okay, it's gonna make a delivery on there. This is blue now. And blue decides that they're going to go start working on another thing on their board. What do they want to work on? they're going to work on that $5 one also. Okay. So they make the delivery. But now we're going to go into this is called combat, that symbol right there. So we're going to draw the top symbol off of the here. Okay. Oh. Okay. Across the top, that means if you fight for the country that has the least amount, this is reverse, the least amount of white on the board, or cubes on the board, then you would get, this is a bonus in addition to what you're doing. Well, each country only has a 1 on the board right now. So, who are we going to fight for? This is blue. Okay? He is going to go with Spain, and they're in the middle. I think it's Spain in the middle, anyway. So he's got to pay 3. But remember earlier, we moved his combat thing from 1 to 4. Okay? So, he's getting this 3. Oh, okay, we're getting this 3, and with plus 4 is we have a 7, okay? That's what we have to work with. We got lost there. So now, using this chart over here, we can go this 2, and if we want to use our stuff and add some more to it, we can go 4, or we can go 2, but we can't do the 5. If we do the 2, we can't do the 5. You can only do one of each ones. So, if we're going to use this in this one, this is 6. We've got 3 from the card, so we move our cube back down to 1 to pay for this. What does this do for us? Okay, this means that I'm going to get 1 influence in the country of my choice, or is it with Spain? I got to check it out. It is the one I'm fighting for, and I chose red. So, what we do on that one is we're going to take blue here. Since his turn, we're going to move him up 1 on red. Okay, now we're going to be doing the second one, the number 4 one. We paid 4, so we're going to get 1 more influence up there on the top. I'll show you when we get back out there. Then we're going to get to take 1 of his cubes and put it on the flag. So we're going to take, we'll go back over here. No, let's get back over there right now. As you can see, I already moved the influence out again. We're going to take 1 cube, and you always move the cubes from the left. All right? And you're going to put it on one of these flags. So I'm looking out here at the flags, and I'm going, oh boy, okay, this last flag here in Santiago is worth 4 victory points. No, 4 doubloons. So we're going to go right there. We're going to put it on right in there. That's like it's kind of occupied. And we're going to collect $4 for that. All right. Now, that was the combat. All right, so now that turns over. He's only got 5. He's got to draw back up to 6. So he's going to take a free one. And that's it for blue for this time. So we got yellow. It says, I want to get my explorer down here working. And so we're going to show you how that's going to work. Okay, so he's going to go 1, 2. And let me, on this portion of the board, 2 can be on there, just like when we were up in Santiago before. So that's 2, 3, 4. Now I should have told you before, you can make the delivery in that, or if you don't have the delivery, if you can't make the delivery, you can still do that other the action item. But he does, yellow does have a delivery, but it does, that's a 20. He's going to get rid of that because he don't think he's ever going to pay for that. Okay, that's 20. So he's going to get rid of this one here. He's going to discard it, make a delivery. What's he going to work on? He's going to work on increasing his combat one. So he makes the delivery. Now, this symbol here, probably should show you a little closer. The symbol next to the corn. Okay, that is to move your explorer down here. So we're going to get to move him 2 spaces. Up to 2 spaces, okay? So it's your choice. I can move it here and get $3. Move him down here to 2 and get 2 victory points. And yellow says, I think that's what I want to do. I want to get going on this victory point chart here along the edge of the board. So we move his marker up to 2 victory points. And we have to draw up one for his card. Now blue can go in there and do the same thing. I'll show you. I'll get this victory point, but he'll only get 2. But that's probably worth showing you anyway. Okay. So blue says, yeah, I want to go 1, 2, because can't do village actions here anyway. I can't make a delivery because the delivery depot is full, but I'm going to move my explorer. He's right here now. He's going to move 2. Now, he can go like this. He can go 1, but they can't be on this, down here in this track here, they cannot be on the same space. So if he was going to go 2, he would have to go over the top of him to there. And that's maybe not pretty dumb a move because he's only going to get $1, but he's going to try to get closer to this. So now he's just going to stay there, and blue's going to take the $3 for that move. Okay. So he didn't have to use any cards, so it's yellow's turn. Okay, I wanted to go back down here and show you a few things on the track. Right here, there's a red line that goes across there, okay? And it says, if your explorer crosses the red barrier, you can immediately gain 3 influence with the nation of your choice. You can't split them, so you could gain 3 more influence. So that's pretty nice to get that, okay? To the right. The first player to cross the blue marker out here and or the green marker over here with their explorer immediately scores 4 victory points. All other players who explorers cross those barriers later score 2. Once your explorer reaches the end of the track over here, it immediately gets 10 victory points. The second one scores 8, and the third one scores 6, and the fourth one scores 4. So, but along the way, you're picking up a lot of stuff here. Influences, victory points, doubloons, fighting, and everything. Plus there are some, what do you call them, quests here, okay? And so that if you landed on this quest here, you would have to discard 2 books. Then you would get the bonuses down there. And then it looks like you would get for every compass, I think that's called a compass, that you have, it would be 1 victory point. Everybody has one of those on their player boards, then you gain more with your cards. And then removing 2 of your coupons. So these things are pretty powerful down here too. I don't know if we'll get to them today or not, I don't think so. Okay, so we're back to yellow now. So yellow's gonna make a run. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See that red hand? That means he has to stop there. Okay. So he's at this village. So he's going to go combat. Yellow's going to go combat. Let's see what we got for the yellow's combat. Yellow's combat marker is on a 2. Oh, you know that last combat I did for, I think it was blue, was it? I forgot who did that combat. Well, anyway, whoever did the combat, I'll give it to blue for right now. You put this thing on their player board, upside down. All right, so now we draw the next one here for this combat. You can either do combat or, the slash means or, move your explorer 2. But I want to get some more influence out there, so I'm going to try the combat. And it's another one. I mean, it's the least amount on there. We don't have a least amount. We have 2 reds, 1 blue, 1 yellow. So the least amount's not going to work. So let's say we don't have anybody in France yet. So we'll take 3. And then, so we're going to have 3 plus our 1 is 4. We're going to have 4 total max for this fight, for this combat. See, so we could actually do this one here. And I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to pay the 4. We're going to pay the 3 on there and the 1 on our board. This is yellow I'm doing. What am I thinking? Yellow's at 2. So she got 5. So he's not going. He don't want to spend his 2 yet. So he's going to use the 3 there, play this one, and get a influence on and 2 victory points on France. So, goes up here, and he's going to get 2 influence on France, that's yellow, and 2 victory points. Moving right along there on the left. Okay, so that was that. Okay, now, blue, he knows that once this goes into here, it's over. Everybody's going to move. Everybody's going to move. Let's see what blue's hand is looking like. Oh, not very good. Okay, so we're going to do this anyway. Blue's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and he's stopping at a village after 5 moves. Okay. So 5 moves, he's going to get 2 these, all right? So first thing he's going to do is buy a card. And by buying a card, he's going to buy this one right here. But as you see, in order to get this card, we have to pay 7 plus 1 meeple. All right, so he's going to pay the $7. He's going to put one of his meeples back in the tray, and then he gets to put the card down in front of him. So now, anytime he hits one of those explorer things, he gets a +1 on it, whatever the number is. So that's pretty powerful. Then over here, these greens, I better tell you what they are before we get away. Okay, so when he bought that card, that goes in effect. If he had this symbol, okay, it would increase his money by 2. This one here increases this tracker up here for blue to 10. So next time when he collects money, he's going to get 10 instead of 9 or 8. Okay, and then see what we got down here for his symbol. These are called synergy tokens, these blue ones. Okay, and you want to try. See, I didn't pay for that meeple either that time, so I made a mistake. But we got to get synergy tokens in order to kick this in. But he does get 2 on the money track, or 2 doubloons. Anyway, the next moon that they move into, yellow's going to move right into here. That's the end. Gets 3 victory points. Moving up at the end of the round. This guy automatically moves up to the end of the round. Okay, and then they go through an interim scoring in rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me get the right camera up here. So then they're going to go in through interim scoring right here. And this is where you collect all the brown pieces that you already had. Each person's going to be able to buy a card and put a symbol down. You know, a lot of iconography in the game to keep track of. You know, you're going to need to keep your rule book handy, make copies of the pages for other players and everything. But overall, I like what I'm seeing. I probably made a couple mistakes even in this little short demo. I like what I'm learning. I like what I'm playing. You know, I did like the people I played it with. We played Great Western Trails by Alexander Pfister. We all liked it. And I think everybody's going to like this. It's going to take a little bit of a learning curve to get everybody up to speed enough to be able to play the game without too many delays. And this goes on for 4 rounds. And then you add up all of the victory points and everything at the end. It's all spelled out. I forgot to point out something up on the board also. On the top of the board, these are called prestige buildings. Okay, anytime during that round, either player could have paid and put one of their meeples on there, and they get this stuff adds up, it helps at the end scoring. And more, all 4 players can be on the same card. And then after each round is over, you flip up to the second one, so then you have 2 prestige buildings up there. This here is the card that you use for playing the 2-player game. And it tells me that at the end of this round, I'm going to add 2 more quests on place number 6 and number 12. So the more of these quests will go out. So I think that's just a little demo to show you the basic, very, very basics of the game. I hope you enjoyed this. Go down there and hit that like button and subscribe. You know, help the channel out a bit. This is Maracaibo by Alexander Pfister. And I am SoCalSabre saying thank you for stopping by. Take care of yourselves and be kind to each other.